The New York Jets recently made waves with their firm decision to retain Aaron Rodgers as their primary quarterback, signaling their reluctance to embrace a rebuilding phase. This announcement came as a surprise to many, sparking debates about its wisdom. A critical question arises: can Rodgers, who once flirted with retirement, rediscover his magic and deliver for the Jets? Or is this a gamble destined to backfire? Rodgers' legendary career has solidified his place among the greats, yet time has undeniably taken its toll. Despite this, the Jets seem resolute in their commitment to him. Their current standing 3 wins against 8 losses casts doubt on their playoff aspirations, but interim coach BRD isn't ready to give up on Rodgers just yet. Now, as the Jets prepare to face the Seahawks, speculation abounds regarding Rodgers' role in the team. Discussions about benching him surfaced earlier in the season, reportedly initiated by team owner Woody Johnson, though those talks never materialized into action. Interim coach BRD has maintained that Rodgers remains the team's top choice, emphasizing that the quarterback is feeling healthier than he has in recent weeks, a factor that could influence their chances in upcoming games. Keeping Aaron Rodgers as the starting quarterback has implications beyond the field, particularly for players like Davante Adams. Adams, one of the Jets' high-profile acquisitions this season, has been vocal about his preference for Rodgers leading the offense. While the wide receiver initially supported the decision, his confidence has likely been tested by recent games that revealed the toll Rodgers' aging body has taken on his performance. Interim coach BRD faces mounting pressure as the team struggles to find its rhythm, having secured only 1 win in 6 games under his leadership. Adding to the complexity, reports from NFL Network's Ian Rappaport suggest that Rodgers has avoided crucial medical scans. These scans could have shed light on his physical condition, but might also have led to questions about his future as an active player. Rodgers' decision to skip these evaluations raises concerns about how well he can sustain his current level of play. As Rodgers approaches his 41st birthday on December 2nd, he remains determined to continue into the next season, despite a challenging 2024 campaign. His stats -17 touchdowns against 7 interceptions are respectable but fall short of the expectations placed on a player of his caliber. Notably, Rodgers has avoided interceptions since the Jets' October 20th loss to the Steelers, which could signal a turning point or simply a temporary reprieve. The Jets' management appears to be weighing its options. While benching Rodgers could provide opportunities for younger talent, the move would undoubtedly shake team dynamics. Johnson's earlier push to consider Tyrod Taylor as a replacement was met with resistance from the coaching staff, who argued that such a drastic change would disrupt the locker room's morale. Yet, with playoff hopes dwindling, calls for a reassessment of the team's strategy are growing louder. The challenges surrounding Aaron Rodgers extend beyond his personal performance. Interim coach BRD has faced criticism not only for the team's lackluster results, but also for failing to address key issues that could improve their chances. For instance, it recently came to light that BRD was unaware of Rodgers skipping pivotal medical evaluations, an oversight that could have significant implications for the quarterback's physical well-being and the team's future. Ian Rappaport's report on Rodgers' decision to avoid these scans has fueled speculation about the quarterback's durability. Given the wear and tear that comes with decades in the league, such evasions could spell trouble. Critics argue that the Jets may be prioritizing short-term loyalty over long-term planning, a strategy that could backfire if Rodgers' health declines further. Compounding the issue is the performance of the team as a whole. Despite Rodgers' storied career, the Jets have struggled to find consistency on the field. This season's record of 3 wins and 8 losses speaks to deeper systemic issues within the team, ones that a single player, no matter how legendary, may not be able to resolve. Rodgers' situation has also stirred reactions across the league. Former teammates, including Green Bay Packers legend Brett Favre, have weighed in on the quarterback's struggles. Favre, who has often championed Rodgers, expressed his shock at the current state of affairs. At times, you see flashes of the old Aaron Favre noted, but something feels off. I can't say for sure if it's physical or something else, but it's clear the situation isn't ideal. While Rodgers remains a competitor at heart, his future in the league is increasingly uncertain. Reports suggest that even if Rodgers were to become available, his current form might make him a less attractive option for other teams. This raises questions about whether the Jets are holding onto a player whose best years are behind him, at the expense of investing in fresh talent. Despite the challenges, the Jets management continues to back Aaron Rodgers, a decision that reflects their unwillingness to shift focus toward rebuilding. Owner Woody Johnson, who previously suggested benching Rodgers in favor of Tyrod Taylor, faced strong opposition from the coaching staff. They argued that sidelining a player of Rodgers' stature so early in the season could disrupt team morale and alienate key players. However, the decision to keep Rodgers in the starting role hasn't come without consequences. Interim coach BRD's tenure has been under scrutiny as the team struggles to maintain cohesion. Under his leadership, the Jets have managed just one win in 6 games, a track record that has done little to inspire confidence. Critics point out that BRD's inability to make tough calls, such as benching Rodgers when necessary, could hurt the team in the long run. Adding to the uncertainty is the financial aspect of Rodgers' contract. If the Jets were to release him before the 2025 season, they would avoid paying him $49 million in dead money. However, keeping him would force the team to free up additional resources, reshaping their roster for the upcoming season. This financial juggling act has left management with difficult decisions that could impact the team's competitiveness for years to come. Rodgers' struggles have sparked conversations among players, analysts, and fans alike. Former Packers teammate Brett Favre remains one of the most vocal commentators on Rodgers' situation. While Favre acknowledges Rodgers' competitive spirit, he questions whether the quarterback can continue to perform at the level required in the NFL. "Nobody wants to go out on a low note," Favre remarked, but sometimes the writing is on the wall. Other NFL legends, like Michael Strahan, have been less sympathetic. Strahan recently commented on the Jets' decision to stick with Rodgers, comparing the franchise's struggles to those of the Giants. "The Jets' quarterback situation is a mess," Strahan said. "Both New York teams are suffering, but at least the Giants seem ready to start fresh." Strahan also criticized the Giants' earlier decisions, pointing out that their loyalty to Daniel Jones prevented them from pursuing top young talent like Michael Penix Jr., J.J. McCarthy, or Bo Nix in the draft. This, he argued, highlights a key difference between the two franchises. While the Giants seem poised to rebuild, the Jets remain stuck in limbo, unable to fully commit to a long-term strategy. As the Jets approach the end of the 2024 season, questions linger about their future. Rodgers, who will turn 41 in December, has shown flashes of his former brilliance, but has also struggled with consistency. His 17 touchdowns and 7 interceptions this season are respectable numbers, but fall short of the high expectations that come with his name. The team's management faces a critical decision: should they continue to rely on Rodgers as their cornerstone or pivot to a new approach? If the Jets decide to part ways with Rodgers, they will need to carefully manage the financial and strategic implications of such a move. Alternatively, sticking with him for another season could mean restructuring the team's roster to create a more competitive lineup around him. The upcoming 2025 season will likely be a make-or-break year for both Rodgers and the Jets. With limited cap space and significant roster adjustments needed, the team will need to act decisively to avoid another disappointing campaign. Whether Rodgers can lead the Jets to a resurgence or if his time with the team will mark the twilight of his career remains to be seen. And that's the story of the New York Jets and their high-stakes decision to stick with Aaron Rodgers as their starting quarterback. It's a move that has sparked debates across the NFL world, with strong opinions on both sides. Rodgers, undeniably one of the greatest to ever play the game, now finds himself in a position where time, health, and performance are being scrutinized more than ever. Meanwhile, the Jets management faces mounting pressure to justify their commitment to him, especially with the team's playoff hopes slipping further away. The big question remains: was this a smart decision by the Jets, or are they holding on to past glory at the expense of future potential? Can Rodgers still deliver magic moments, or will his struggles this season overshadow his legacy? And how will this decision shape the future of the Jets as a franchise? Whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear them. Let's discuss in the comments: do you think Rodgers can turn things around, or should the Jets have already started looking for their next quarterback? If you enjoyed this video and want more in-depth analysis of sports stories like this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. We've got plenty more content coming your way. Thanks for sticking around till the end, and I'll see you in the next video.